Hi everyone, my name is Valerie. Today I'm going to share with you the list of things you need to prepare if you're planning to get married in the Philippines with your foreign partner. So these are the requirements that was asked from us in Iloilo City. So it might be a little different from other parts of the Philippines, but I would probably say most of these are the same. So let's get to it. So first one is going to be the marriage license. So I have my notes over on this side, so I want to make sure that I got all these right for you guys. So the first one is marriage license, and you can process this marriage license at your local civil registrar. So you're going to need 2 valid IDs for you and your partner. So here are some examples of valid IDs that you can present. The first one is going to be your SSS, or they also call it UMID ID. And then you can use your Postal ID, the Philippine Identification System ID, or the PhilSys ID, your voter's ID if you have one, TIN card, your PRC ID, driver's license, and your passport. So for me, I used my Postal ID and my UMID ID. And for my husband, he used his driver's license and his US passport. As long as they're not expired, they are good to go. Okay, so then the next one that you're gonna need is gonna be the certificate of attendance in pre-marriage counseling. So this is one of the requirements that I did not expect that we needed to do. So at this stage, I would make sure that your husband is walking the documents with you. If your husband is present, since my husband came in November 2019 to process all those documents with me, so it was really helpful that he was there, because then, he could just sign the papers right then and there, and I don't have to fax it over here in the US and back. So that was really helpful. So make sure your husband is there if he is able to come and help you with the documents. For my case, since I live in Iloilo City, there are only 15 couples scheduled for counseling every day. And it usually takes 10 working days to get your certificate from the date of counseling. So my husband and I scheduled our counseling on the 26th of November 2019, and we were able to get the certificate on the 5th of December 2019. So I would advise you to make sure you have all these planned out before doing the process, because it could take a few days or so to get this. So make sure you have that planned out, and especially with COVID, they could push it further with your appointment and reschedule you. So make sure you got that correct. Okay, so that's the second requirement. And then the third one is going to be your birth certificate for you and your partner. For Filipinos, a PSA birth certificate is required. I know I used to have this old birth certificate, and that is not valid. So you have to go to PSA and get the new one. And the next one is your CENOMAR, or certificate of no marriage. If this is your first time getting married, that's one thing that you need to get. If it's not your first time, then you're probably gonna have to get your marriage certificate, your previous marriage certificate, but I'm not super sure. So I would recommend that you research it or ask somebody with the same situation, but I would try my best. I'm gonna look it up for you guys. If you have any questions, you can comment down below. I'll try my best to answer. But yeah, so if you're single, you haven't married anybody before, you need that CENOMAR, certificate of no marriage, and that you can get from PSA as well. back then when I got it, it was 210 pesos. 210 pesos, yes. So, but it could be more now, I'm not sure. So take note that this is only valid for 6 months. So as what I said earlier, make sure you plan everything because everything has expiration. So, I mean, you can get it again, but you know, you wouldn't want to do that, especially if you have like 10,000 things in mind they need to do. So CENOMAR, and then your marriage license application form. This form is from your local civil register. Make sure to fill this form correctly, as this is going to be showing on your marriage certificate. So just a heads up, make sure you got that right. And I believe your husband needs to sign that as well. So if your husband is present, that will be so helpful. Okay, so next is going to be certificate of legal capacity to contract marriage. Okay, so this one is a requirement for your partner and not for you. So for Filipinos, we get CENOMAR. So that's a certificate of no marriage, right? But if they're foreign, PSA cannot really say like, hey, you already got married or you didn't get married. So this is like the way of saying that either they got married or not. So they need the certificate. So then for this one, there's another step, appointment and stuff like that. So for this, you can choose between the U.S. Embassy in Manila or U.S. Embassy in Cebu. So keep in mind that you have to set an appointment if you choose to go to the U.S. Embassy in Manila. So this is from, 2019. So I'm saying you need to have an appointment for this. I'm not sure if they accept walk-ins now, but we picked Cebu because they were accepting walk-ins at that time, which is November 2019. And you can pick 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. So you can just, so when we went to Cebu, my husband and I, we went there, and there's like a line of people, all Americans, standing and waiting for their turn. So it's just first come, first serve. So basically until 10:30 a.m., which is very short time, but we got there like really early in the morning. So a good hotel to stay in Cebu, if you're wanting to go to Cebu to get this certificate, is the Waterfront Hotel. It's very convenient. It's really close to the embassy. You can like walk. It's like a 2 minutes walk, if I remember it right. Yeah. Okay, so then you'll get your U.S. passport and a photocopy of the title and data pages of the passport. So make sure your passport is valid, and make sure you photocopy it as much as you can, because in the Philippines we like photocopies. Going back to the certificate of legal capacity to contract marriage for your spouse and for your partner. So that appointment is just for them. So you can't really get in there in the office together with them, because I think my husband told me that it's just, raising your hand and saying I didn't get married before and stuff like that, and then they will just sign this certificate and give it to you right away for that one. Okay, so then the copies of divorce decree and or death certificates required to verify civil status and capacity to marry if applicable. So this one is if you have divorced before, or if there's any death or anything like that. So that's one thing that you also need. But for us, we're both single, so we didn't need these requirements. Next one is marriage. Applicants age 18 to 21 must have written parental consent. Also, applicants age 22 to 24 must receive parental advice. So the Philippine law prohibits the marriage of individuals under the age of 18. Since I was 22, when I got married, I had to bring my dad with me at the local register. They asked me to fill out a form indicating that he agreed to our marriage. I believe he had to fill this form and sign that he's okay with us getting married and all that. It could be either your mom or your dad or a legal guardian. So that's just one thing if you're that age. So that went pretty good. And then of course, if it's a church wedding, church requirements also we need. So they want you to have that marriage license. Of course, the name of the sponsors or witness, your wedding invitation card, and name of marriage officiant. So those are the 4 things that you need to do if you're getting married, like a church wedding. We did a garden wedding, and just make sure that you ask your church as well the requirements before planning your wedding as well, because different churches has different requirements. So make sure you got that one on your list before actually doing anything. So that's very important. So note to photocopy your original documents beforehand to avoid delays. So every time we get new documents, we photocopy it so many times, maybe like try to do 5 copies and set it aside just to, just to make sure you have it there. So that's it for today, you guys, about the things that you need to prepare before getting married. I hope this video helped you. If I missed anything, let me know. Comment down below, and I would gladly answer your question to the best I can. If you can like this video, that would be great, and I'll subscribe for more videos. See you next time.